It's always been a very great comfort to me, actually.
Okay, are we ready?
Whenever you want.
All right. So, Davega, you released a great solo album, Paper Monster. Tell me, what was your feeling when you recorded in the studio? Fear, excitement, pleasure?
Well, all of those things, usually in the same moment. And I think mostly pleasure, though. And every day there were some struggles, but there always is. And just working with Ken Thomas and Knox and JC, who did a lot of the programming, John Adler, who engineered and programmed, and some of the people that I worked with in London also. Mary, Electric Lady in New York. Just everybody really rallied round for me, and it was all kind of. A lot of it was out of love, you know, because, believe me, my record company would have much preferred me to make a record with Depeche Mode. And they weren't really happy about giving me any money. So they tried to use that, I think, in the beginning.
This is a victory.
I was like, well, I'll go in the studio myself. And I'll pay for it. And you know what? After about 6 weeks in the studio and me paying for it, I started to get a bit worried. But they paid up in the end.
This album marks also your debut as a fully fledged songwriter. So how was this new experience?
Well, that is something that's growing, and I took the risk to start to, and I say start because I do believe it's like a beginning. And I'm very grateful for the amazing success that I've had, and the support from my fans has been amazing. It grows more and more, and I couldn't have really asked for more. But it's great for me. I've laid a foundation for something that is going to allow me to experience more of that. And I think the experience that I want is to work with more people, and hopefully to work with Victor and Martijn and Vince and Knox in the studio as a band, because I believe that we have a great energy together.
What strikes in this album is that you don't appear as a rock star hidden behind a mask. You really reveal yourself. So why this need?
Well, it just wasn't working anymore. It wasn't working for me. I mean, it worked for a long time, and I had a lot of fun playing that role, if you like. I call it that because that's what it is, let's face it. I mean, and it's a tough role to live up to, and I was lucky to have quite a few sequels, quite a few comebacks, you know, and you know, more box office hits.
A very important ingredient in this album is the sense of humor. You even joke about yourself and Evil Dave, so it's humor, according to you, is a sense of maturity?
Yeah, and having fun with it too, because let's face it, it's at the end of the day, in the words of Mick Jagger, it's only rock and roll, and I kind of like it, and we have fun playing it, and you know, you can't take yourself too seriously. I'm very serious about music that you know, I'm lucky to be a part of, and the gifts that are given to us and given to me. But when you're up there on stage, you know, there's all these different range of emotions that come, but bottom line is you gotta have fun, you know.
So this Evil Dave, that dark side of yourself, maybe it's more discreet now, no? Just leave you in peace, no?
He doesn't rear his ugly head as much as he used to, but he still can. I can still, like, get up there with the best of them. You know, you want to fight, then I'll give you a good one. But you know, it might not get you right now, but it'll get you later, you know, but it's not something that I can, you know, and I was never, like, friends of mine always say to me, you know, you were never really mean and never really nasty, and but you know, I was to myself, and in doing so, there's a lot of friends and family and stuff that I hurt along the way, and that's something that I do have control over, and I don't want to do that anymore. There's too much hurt out there in the world already, so if I can bring a little love to people in my own way, then that's what I'm going to try and do, even if there is some darkness and in there too, because that's life.
In this album, you explored different musical territories. Some tracks remind a little bit Lou Reed, Johnny Cash. So was it a kind of tribute to the musicians you like, or music?
I definitely think that there is a very wide range of influences which I allowed to just flow through. And yes, you can certainly, Johnny Cash being a big influence, old blues, Muddy Waters, Buddy Guy, you know, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, you know, all that kind of stuff. Miles Davis and John Coltrane, and then the Rolling Stones and the Beatles and David Bowie and T-Rex, and all those kind of influences definitely peek through.
And if we speak about tribute, this album is also a tribute to your wife and children.
Yeah, and to the amazing life that they give me, and I'm really looking forward to going home actually to be with them. My daughter is only 4, so it's very difficult for her to understand why I just don't come home tonight after work. And she sent me a little fax the other day asking me that I need to save her. So you know, I can't, you know, I don't know exactly what that means, but I miss her. Yeah, it's very difficult when kids are really small, but I'll be home soon enough.
And then you'll bring her to the concert also.
Oh no, I don't do that. No, my sons come, but it's not a place for a little girl.
Thank you very much, Davega, and good luck.